Something seismic is happening across two nations, one renowned for maple leaves and polite smiles, the other for booming youth and bold ambition. But which one is truly winning the culture wars? Stay tuned as we reveal the surprising truth behind Canada or New India. The cultural takeover you can't ignore. Chapter 1. Setting the stage. Two democracies stand on opposite sides of the globe, yet are now more intertwined than ever. Canada, a nation of 40 million, prides itself on equality, tolerance and diversity. India, with over 1.4 billion citizens, has become a global powerhouse of tech, media and manpower. In 2025, immigration from India to Canada reached record highs. More than 430,000 new permanent residents last year, nearly 40% of whom traced their roots to India. But this isn't just numbers, it's a cultural cross-current reshaping both nations. Canada's cities, Toronto, Brampton, Surrey, now echo with the rhythm of Bhangra and the aroma of masala. Meanwhile, Indian universities, startups and films are commanding global admiration. The question arises, has Canada's famed multiculturalism become a one-way cultural highway? The Book of Daniel speaks of empires rising and falling, each transforming the world that preceded it. What if Canada's own empire of values, liberal democracy, secular ethics and cultural openness, is quietly being rewritten by the world's largest democracy? Chapter 2. India in Canada. In 2025, over 2 million Indian Canadians call this country home, the largest visible minority group nationwide. In Brampton, more than 60% of residents identify as South Asian. Punjabi, Gujarati and Hindi now rank among the top 5 languages spoken at home. Festivals such as Diwali and Holi are no longer community events. They're civic spectacles broadcast nationally. Indian cuisine has overtaken Italian as the most ordered takeout in Toronto. Sikh and Hindu temples stand beside churches in nearly every province. Economically, the diaspora dominates tech, healthcare, trucking and small business ownership. Politically, Indian origin MPs and ministers hold key portfolios in Ottawa. What began as integration has evolved into influence. Scripture reminds us in 1 Corinthians 15 that the old passes away and the new comes. Canada's cultural DNA is being rewritten not maliciously, but organically, through demographic gravity. The question, what will Canada look like when that transformation is complete? Chapter 3. India's global ambition. India today isn't just exporting engineers and nurses, it's exporting identity. Bollywood dominates Netflix Canada's trending lists. Yoga studios fill downtowns from Vancouver to Halifax. Indian tech companies partner with Canadian banks, while Indian billionaires invest in real estate across Ontario and British Columbia. Culturally, India has perfected soft power, a blend of ancient spirituality and modern aspiration. It sells confidence, discipline and family unity, values Canadians often feel are fading at home. In the same breath, India's political influence grows through global forums and diaspora diplomacy. Romans 12 warns against conforming to worldly patterns. As Canada aligns itself ever closer to India's economic and social orbit, we must ask, whose pattern are we now following? Is it a cultural partnership or a quiet replacement? Chapter 4. Tensions and Pushback. Every transformation breeds resistance. 2025 surveys show rising unease among native-born Canadians about job competition, housing shortages and cultural dilution. With international students, most from India, numbering 900,000 in Canada this year, campuses feel the strain. In cities like Brampton and Surrey, local councils struggle to balance representation and cohesion. Some long-term Canadians whisper that the new Canada feels foreign. Others celebrate it as evolution. But the tension is not only racial, it's philosophical. Western liberalism prizes individualism. Indian society values community and hierarchy. When these meet, friction sparks. Yet in this friction lies a moral test. 1 Peter 5:8 advises vigilance. Are Canadians spiritually awake to the transformation or sleepwalking into an identity they no longer define? Chapter 5. Who wins? Who loses? By the numbers, immigrants from India thrive. Higher median incomes, entrepreneurship rates 40% above the national average, and an outsized presence in STEM fields. Canadian businesses gain innovation, universities gain tuition, cities gain vibrancy. Yet there are costs. Housing prices in major metro areas have soared past $1.2 million. Competition for white-collar jobs intensifies. Some native Canadians feel pushed to the margins of their own economy. Culturally, the nation faces a choice: become a hybrid civilization or fracture into tribes. Matthew 12 teaches that a house divided cannot stand. The real test is not ethnic, it's ethical. Can Canada sustain unity when its foundations shift under new values and economic pressures? Chapter 6. Identity, Faith and Future. Faith demographics are shifting. Hinduism now represents 2.5% of Canada's population. Sikhism, 2.3%. Islam, 5%. While Christianity has fallen below 50% for the first time in recorded history. This isn't simply diversity, it's a reordering of the nation's spiritual map. Temples and gurdwaras are not just religious centers, they're social powerhouses, networking hubs, and cultural anchors. Young Canadians of South Asian descent often feel proudly dual, deeply Canadian, yet unapologetically Indian. Genesis 1:28 calls humans to fill the earth and subdue it. Cultures too seek dominion through ideas, not weapons. The question for 2025 and beyond: will Canada's soul be defined by its past faith or by the new pantheon it welcomes? Chapter 7. Personal Stories and Case Studies. Meet Amandeep in Brampton, a second-generation engineer who says, "I love Canada because it lets me be fully Indian and fully Canadian." For him, the fusion works. For him, Contrast that with Evelyn from Mississauga, a teacher who feels her students know more about Diwali than Christmas. Her question: when does inclusion turn into replacement? In Vancouver, a startup founder of Indian heritage creates hundreds of jobs and donates millions to local causes, proving influence can uplift. Across Canada, stories oscillate between harmony and displacement. These aren't statistics, they're souls grappling with change. Through them we see that the takeover is less about conquest and more about convergence. Two worlds merging, sometimes beautifully, sometimes painfully. Chapter 8. Spiritual and Biblical Angle. Culture is spiritual at its core. Behind every song, festival or ritual lies a worldview. The Bible warns of nations forgetting their creator and chasing new gods under different names. When a society's heart changes, its laws and customs follow. Canada was built on a Judeo-Christian ethic that valued mercy, truth and humility. Today it wrestles with secularism and pluralism. The arrival of new faiths tests whether those roots still hold. Jeremiah 6:16 says, "Stand at the crossroads and look, ask for the ancient paths." That's where Canada now stands, between heritage and hybridity. Will it seek the ancient path of faith or embrace the ever-shifting road of cultural relativism? Chapter 9. Strategy and action. Knowledge without action breeds apathy. Here's what Canadians can do now. 1. Engage consciously. Learn about the cultures around you rather than reacting in fear. 2. Define values. What does being Canadian mean in 2025? Is it tolerance without truth or diversity with shared principles? 3. Faith check. Pray for discernment and stand on your beliefs even when culture shifts. 4. Bridge builders. Support dialogues between communities so differences become strengths, not divisions. 5. Future focus. Prepare for a Canada where the majority of growth comes from non-Western cultures. Equip the next generation to navigate this new world. Culture is not fixed. It's formed by those who speak, create, and believe. If you don't shape it, someone else will. Chapter 10. Conclusion. We recap. Canada is witnessing a cultural transformation. India's youth, traditions, and diaspora energy are reshaping Canada and perhaps the West. Whether this is good or bad depends on which values prevail. As believers and citizens, we must be alert, engaged, and intentional. If this video challenged you, share it with friends who care about culture and nation. Comment below. Do you see Canada turning into New India or a hybrid? What values do you want to preserve? Also, subscribe for deep dives like this every week and hit the bell so you don't miss the next exposé.